What's gaming players? It's your boy, There's Big Sharp, man, back out here on this Madden NFL 19 franchise mode. And yo, we're still continuing with this NFL regular season. As you know, we are in week number 13. Cause we are 4 more weeks away to them playoffs, baby. Yes, sir, to them playoffs. And I'm gonna show you the season standings for everybody. So the AFC, the Titans and Jets are both undefeated. They play after the Texans and Browns go at it. Kansas City's right behind them at a 9-2. Pittsburgh plays in this episode as 8-3, followed by the Texans. So it might be interesting there. Baltimore is now 7-5 after losing to the Falcons, in a terrible situation. The Cleveland Browns are 6-5. They are on a 1-game win streak as they take on the Texans, who are on a 2-game losing streak. The Los Angeles Chargers, they are on a 3-game win streak. After they started 2-6 on the season, they've won 3 in a row, just like Pittsburgh. So somebody's streak is coming to an end today. And as you see, the rest of the teams from the AFC are not doing pretty well. Now the NFC, as you see, the Falcons are leading the division with an 11-1 record. Then followed by San Francisco, then by New Orleans, then the Packers, then the Rams, then the Eagles, then the Panthers, then the Seahawks. So let's check the other divisions. The AFC North, Pittsburgh is leading it, followed by Baltimore, then by Cleveland. Bengals are falling way behind. AFC South, the Titans are leading with an undefeated record at 11-0, followed by the Texans at 8-3, then the Jags, then the Colts. AFC East, the Jets are leading the division, followed by the Dolphins, then the Patriots, then the Bills. The AFC West, of course, Kansas City is leading it, followed by the Chargers, they're right behind them, then the Raiders, then the Broncos. Here's the NFC North, the Packers are leading the division over the Lions, Bears, and Vikings. NFC South, as you know, the Falcons are leading their division by only a single game, because they beat New Orleans because they got their revenge from last time. Blew the lead up. They won the game. Falcons won by coming back down 21. NFC East is led by the Philadelphia Eagles. They're definitely gonna win their division. And finally, the NFC West is getting a bit tight because the Niners are leading the division. The team right behind them is the Los Angeles Rams. And those two faced off before, but they were tied up. They were tied at 38 last time. Alright, so we are set to begin this matchup. Whose 3-game win streak will come to an end as we send it to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. The Steelers looking to get 9 wins on the season. The Chargers are trying to get their 6th win on the year after starting 2-6. They'll be looking to get 4 wins straight. We will find out. Let's go. Week 13 of this NFL regular season continues. And also, guys, don't forget, because after we do that Super Bowl on this game, we're going straight to Madden 20, because we gonna do that season as well. But what a season so far for the teams on Madden 19 that we're controlling. It's been going crazy.
You know what they say. Something's gotta give. It's the coach. This is NFL football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see two teams, each riding a 3-game win streak, as it'll be the LA Chargers as they get set to match up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. A few moments ago, the Steeler offensive starters, including all-pro wideout Antonio Brown, were introduced. And they've got this crowd in a frenzy as they get set to square off with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they're hitting their stride of late, winners of 3 in their last 4.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
All right, so it looks like the Chargers are going to start off the game with the football. So both 3-game win streaks are on the line between these two. Which team's streak will come to an end, we will find out. Chargers and Steelers are underway. Here's the return from the end zone. And the Chargers offense will start near the 25 up to the 23.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out.
And here comes Phillip Rivers.
Out of NC State, it's Phillip Rivers.
And as you take a look at his stats, he has got to stop throwing interceptions. Because I don't know if that's costing his team the game. But they would be 7-6 right now. I mean, they would be 6-6 right now, or 7-5 right now. If it wasn't for the last game against Seattle, that cheated him. They had the touchdown for the win, and they got called back by a penalty. First and 10, Melvin Gordon. He'll only get a yard on the first down carry, second down. As we take a look at the Chargers offense.
Starters here for Los Angeles.
Taking a peek in the backfield of Melvin Gordon, who finished 3 yards short of 1,000 in 2016. Made sure that wouldn't happen in 2017. Rushed for over 1,100 yards, 12 total touchdowns. What I've always liked about him is how he keeps adding to his game. He did it in college, continues to do it in the NFL. We'll continue to see him blossom.
Second and 9, Rivers. And he finds Allen. And he gets it down to the 47. 23 yards and a Chargers first.
He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make.
And don't forget the Sunday night game. The Niners in their second Sunday night game as they head up to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. And in the Monday night game, Philadelphia is at home as they take on the Washington Redskins, their rival. First and 10, Rivers.
On first down.
And he finds Benjamin.
But not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of
25 yards for Travis Benjamin, and the Chargers first.
Well, excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
First and 10. Rivers.
First down throw here for Rivers.
He throws, and it's caught.
Complete to Williams. And he'll be
It's Williams.
red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some
Second and
experience
4 for the
some moxie,
Chargers.
you enter the
They're
danger
getting down the
zone when you
field on their
decide to blitz
first
it, because
possession of the
if you
game.
get the diagnosis he did on
Here's
that play,
Melvin
he
Gordon.
can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses
He
so
gets
well.
3 on the carry. Now it's 3rd and 1.
I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think
As
so.
we take a look at the Pittsburgh defenders.
Where the blitz was coming from and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now a look at the defensive starters here for the Steelers. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
3rd and 1. Here's Rivers. And he finds Jamarian Ward, his fullback. And that will set up a 1st and goal for the Chargers.
Start throwing the football. 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though,
So after that pass, they got him at the 1-yard line. It is 1st and goal. Rivers, and that one is batted down and incomplete.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have.
He was trying to go back to the Jamarian Ward, but it falls incomplete.
Need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Rivers.
Rivers finds Jamarian Ward, and he is in. Touchdown, Chargers.
Charger touchdown. It's the fullback. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I talked with so many different coaches, as have you.
Here's the extra point, and it's good. So the Chargers lead 7-0 early in the first.
Prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Chargers know they won 3 straight ball games. And this one will not be returned. It will hit in the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense led by Big Ben.
Becoming an elder statesman among quarterbacks in the league, drafted back in 2004. It's Ben Roethlisberger.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard
1st and 10
line.
for Big Ben and the Steelers. They give it to Le'Veon Bell.
And he'll get this one up to the
And he'll only get a yard on the 1st down carry. 2nd down. Here's the Pittsburgh offensive starters.
A big reason this team led the league in offense, the offensive line. Monster strength. 3 Pro Bowlers last year in Alejandro Villanueva, David DeCastro, and Marquise Pouncey. Kept their quarterbacks upright to throw it downfield and carved a lot of holes for their runners.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Here's Rivers on 2nd down. And he finds DJ Sharp over the middle. And he gets it down shy past the 40.
1st down, a gain of 13. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown,
1st and 10, Le'Veon Bell. He gets about 2 yards on the carry, 2nd and 8.
That when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Here's the last play of the first quarter. Le'Veon Bell. And he gets it down to the 49-yard line, which brings us to the end of the first.
In the books on a cold December afternoon. 7-0 is our score. More from the Steel City coming up after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, but they've got a 3rd and inches coming up, trying to keep the chains moving. And extra
back here in Pittsburgh, 7-0 is the score. Pittsburgh with the ball, looking to convert on 3rd. Here's Bell. And he will pick up the first down to past midfield.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
First and 10, here's Bell.
Not sure why they were in that.
And he'll get about 2 yards. 2nd and 8.
Ingram on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
2nd and 8, here's Bell. And he will go nowhere.
And he is going to be stopped.
He will lose a yard, which brings it to 3rd down.
The scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye
Is
discipline.
the Chargers defense going to get a stop?
Read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Rivers to throw. Roethlisberger, and it's incomplete. He was trying to go for DJ Sharp that time, and now it is 4th down.
The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down.
And Pittsburgh will punt it away.
There's nothing available there for him.
And that will be right at the 9-yard line. Great job there by the punt team by Pittsburgh to pin him right at the 9.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2
First and 10,
touchdowns
Rivers. And he was blitzed, and he's taken down for the safety.
That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so
Pittsburgh will get on the board, but they will only get 2 points out of it.
I really do, Brandon.
The Steelers brought the blitz to Rivers, and I believe he should have thrown that to Travis Benjamin, but he backed up, and it resulted in a safety. So Pittsburgh's going to get the football back.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20.
And this one won't be returned. It will hit in the back of the end zone, and they will start at the 25.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start
now
to win
Pittsburgh's back onto the field. They were looking to do something else. After last drive, they punted it away.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A fake to Bell. Now it's
play action for Roethlisberger, and it's caught to DJ Sharp.
Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
What a catch there by DJ Sharp, and that will be a Pittsburgh first down.
Passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing
First
the ball.
and 10 for Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell. And he will get nothing on that one. No gain, and now it's 2nd and 10.
Second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen.
Roethlisberger throws, and it's intercepted as he was getting hit on the play.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard
And the Chargers defense prevail as they get the interception. Wow.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Now here comes the Chargers. On the last drive, they got the safety, but their defense got the interception.
Following the interception here,
Rivers. And that one is incomplete.
As he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
Rivers to throw. He throws it deep, and it's picked off.
Picked off by Morgan Burnett.
Morgan Burnett with the pick. And the Steelers will take over at the 33-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks.
That is interception number 22 for Phillip Rivers. That is interception number 22 on the season.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take
Big Ben to throw. He throws. And it's caught to DJ Sharp. And he's still on his feet down the left side. And he takes it in for the Pittsburgh touchdown.
With his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown.
The Pittsburgh Steelers take advantage of the interception by their defense.
Right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music. Right? I mean, boom, boom, boom. And he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
Here's the extra point. And it's good.
Point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 2.
Now it's now 9-7.
And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown.
Boswell to kick it away. And this one will not be returned. It will hit in the back of the end zone for a touchback. And they will start at the 25.
On the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that
here comes Los Angeles. They threw the interception, which led to a one-play touchdown pass. They'll be looking to not throw another one here. Here's Rivers. And he will find Green.
And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
18 yards on the pass, and that will be a Chargers first down.
So many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Ready, 390.
First and 10, here's Rivers. Rivers throws, and it's caught to Tyrell Williams.
And he takes this one down.
And he takes it down to the 31-yard line.
Pick up there, 26 yards.
Now they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage too.
What a throw there by Phillip Rivers.
Plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Rivers now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun,
Rivers. And he'll find Burton Green. Oh, and he fumbled the football. And the Steelers have recovered it. Wow.
You look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him.
Let's take a look at this. Oh, they might give it back to the Chargers.
Roethlisberger marches onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing while you're
Pittsburgh's back on the field, but they're going to review that fumble. Because if you look on the replay, you can see Virgil Green's knee ended up being down before the ball came loose. See right there, before the ball came loose, his knee got down. And yes, they're going to give it back to the Chargers. So Phillip Rivers and the guys are back out on the field.
Which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And the Pittsburgh fans are not liking that call. Rivers, and the blitz was coming at him, and he's taken down.
Jonathan Bostic coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here.
3rd and 8 for Phillip Rivers. And a timeout called by Phillip Rivers and the Chargers with 3 seconds left in the first half. So it looks like the field goal unit is going to come on.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points.
So here's the field goal. It's a 47-yard attempt. And it is blocked. And that's going to do it for the first half. Pittsburgh leads 9-7.
As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan.
We'll be back to Pittsburgh after this.
Halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start at Paul Brown Stadium. Denver in town to take on Cincinnati. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Ryan Tannehill looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. Jordan Howard, a touchdown run. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
All right, guys, welcome back to Pittsburgh, PA. The Chargers are going to kick it off to the Steelers to begin the second half.
The second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
And this one will not be returned. They will start at the 25.
And
here comes DJ Sharp again.
And we roll the highlights of the game.
And he has been unbelievable so far. He already has a touchdown in this game. How are the Chargers defense going to stop DJ Sharp? Because he has a lot of catches in this one.
Okay, how are we going to cover them? The running backs, how are you going to shut them down? But the tight end is that elusive, unique player. Linebacker cover him, cornerback cover him, safety covering him. always has the advantage, usually has final answer against anyone who
First and 10. Here's Le'Veon Bell.
With a carry by Bell. It's a 6-yard pickup.
6 yards, and that will be a 2nd and 4.
He's run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Second and 4. Here's Bell. And I think he is 1 yard short of that first down marker.
About 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Third and short. So what are they gonna do here on 3rd and inches? So what are the Chargers gonna do here on 3rd and inches? They're going to do the quarterback sneak, and I don't think he got there. Oh, he did get there, so that will be a Pittsburgh first. That was a tight one there. Because I really... Oh, that is a close one. That has got to be a close one. I'm not sure, but... Are the Chargers going to try to challenge it? And I think... They might want to have a look at that one.
The coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
So the Chargers have thrown the red challenge flag. They're saying that Big Ben was still short of the first. And the way we saw it, the ball was never over the line. It was near the line. But Big Ben still got tackled behind that line though. So that might be a tough one to choose. And it will stand as a first down for Pittsburgh.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final
First and 10, Big Ben breaks the
the
tackle, and he's taken down.
And bring him down. Denzel Perryman. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time.
A 9-yard loss there on the sack. Now it's 2nd and 19.
Start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give
Big
anybody a
Ben.
chance to get up there.
He throws downfield for Brown, and he's got it.
Anyway, but when he gets that kind of start and comes through clean,
And he gets it past midfield to the 46-yard line.
A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
and he ate up some real estate on the catch too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it was...
First and 10, River. Roethlisberger's taken down. Big Ben, nobody was faked out on that
And
one.
when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the shotgun.
Big Ben to throw. He throws. And that one is incomplete.
Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Now it is 3rd down for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
They're going to give it to Bell. And I believe he will get the first. And he will.
It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a play fake.
Big Ben will throw.
Rolling to his right.
And it's caught the Brown.
Receiver complete.
And he will get out of bounds to the 18-yard line.
Now it's a first down.
And Big Ben breaks the tackle.
Pittsburgh
It's
getting
outside
down
to
the
make another
field.
play, huh? We've seen this from him plenty of times. It's not the first 3 seconds of a play for him.
It's the next 3.
That's when the big plays occur.
Now Roethlisberger.
Here's Le'Veon Bell. Oh, and he does a juke move, and he takes it in. Touchdown. Le'Veon Bell.
With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the
That is touchdown number 13 for him.
And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench.
Boswell for the PAT, and it's good. So Pittsburgh now leads 16-7.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes this a 9-point game. Boswell on now to kick this one away.
Boswell to kick it away. This will be returned in the end zone.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half,
Here comes the Chargers offense now. They're trailing by 2 possessions. They need a big play. The blitz was coming to Rivers, and he throws it deep for Jamarian Warner. He's got it.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
That is a big play for the Chargers.
It's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter.
Rivers, here comes the blitz, and he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. He just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Rivers. He throws. And wide open Jamarian Ward, and he makes the man miss. And he gets it down to the 3.
A big play there for L.A. 43 yards.
And as we end the third quarter, 16-7.
We'll return with more.
What is going to happen?
Watching the NFL on EA Sports.
We will find out in the fourth and final quarter.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Rivers. Oh, and it was almost caught, but it's incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it. Precise.
He was trying to go for Benjamin that time.
2 weeks in a row. Yeah, the job as long as you want one.
That one is incomplete.
I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Rivers,
and he's going to just sling this one out.
This one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, lived to fight another day.
3rd and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Chargers. Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline.
And the extra point is, he missed it.
Because they were already thinking ahead as all the good coaches.
Wow, so it stays a field goal game.
Will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. On the return, it's Washington.
Here's the return. And he'll be down right at the 38-yard line.
And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. He is fully awake now. If he didn't get off to the start that he normally does, they've got his attention. He's running it well.
You think they set off the alarm clock at the half? Think that's what went down? I know this, having played on the defensive
Pittsburgh's
side of the ball,
looking to
if
keep
you
this
do a really
lead
good job,
and
it's a great
walk
runner,
out of here with
and you
their
go into the
9th
half,
win
you're
on the
excited,
season.
you're fired up, you think the game plan is working, but in the back of your head there's that little
Roethlisberger,
bit of nagging doubt.
and it's
Can you do
caught
this for
to
4
Juju
quarters?
Smith-Schuster.
So far, that's not happening.
A very solid gain of 27. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
If Pittsburgh gets a touchdown, it might just seal the game.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down.
Roethlisberger, and it's
Looking
caught.
outside, and he's got a man. That's sharp. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up
Big
there
Ben
and
looking to throw.
Really
Oh,
nice
and it's
game right there.
incomplete.
Touchdown for them. Brings up a nice second down for him.
a second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
He's an absolute ook tree in the pocket.
Now
because
it's
he is
third
so hard
down.
to get on the ground. Not as elusive as he used to be, but still trying to get him down, tough for any defender. In that case, he's able to move just enough. Incomplete.
Big Ben, it's incomplete.
Third down throw incomplete as well. And that one drops incomplete.
So
As he
Pittsburgh
got
will
knocked
go
as he was
for
throwing it.
a 44-yarder to put them up by 6 points. And it is... Oh, he missed it!
Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers.
Here comes the
on 1st and
Chargers.
10 at the 34.
They also got the 2-minute warning. They're trailing by a field goal.
From the gun,
Rivers.
Able to shake him off.
The blitz was coming at him. He was gonna fire it, but it's incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Second and 10, here's Rivers. And he
And
finds
this time
Benjamin.
it's complete. 8 yards on the
And he
completion,
gets
but
it
now
down
it's
to the
third down.
42-yard line.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football
3rd
game.
and 2. What is going to happen? They give it to Melvin Gordon. And he will go nowhere.
They're going to stop him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time. And now it's 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go
Now
for
it is
here on
4th down. And we head to the 2-minute warning.
We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rivers is going to
So with 4th and 6, if the Chargers don't get this one, the Steelers will win it. Rivers, he throws downfield and is green with the grab. And he's still on his feet. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line.
They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what?
The Chargers looking for a game-winning score. Rivers, and wide open is Keelan Allen. Touchdown Chargers.
Seal it. It's a touchdown.
Wow, I know it's a never say never situation, But to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you? And say the last thing we need.
And the extra point is through. 20-16. The Chargers lead. They were down 16-7. They get 2 touchdowns.
And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone.
Now they better rely on their defense to get a stop.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone.
And you will take a knee in the end zone for a touchback.
At the 25. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another fourth quarter comeback?
It's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead,
Pittsburgh's trailing by 4 with a minute and 33 left. Big Ben. And you will find Antonio Brown. And he's still on his feet. And he gets it down to the 49-yard line.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football.
And they got all 3 of their timeouts.
Necessary and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's Le'Veon Bell. And he'll get down to the 42-yard line in enemy territory.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
He'll look to throw.
Big Ben looking to throw.
Fighting through pressure.
He throws downfield, and wide open is DJ Sharp, and he takes it in for the touchdown.
A big play there in the final minute, and the Steelers have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
So many practices we watched over time where the offense works on.
So the Steelers have taken. The field goal gets blocked. Is this about to be a miracle? All the Chargers need to do is get into field goal range and kick the field goal for the win. They only got 48 seconds left with 2 timeouts.
Over the end line. Phillip Rivers now gears up to lead the offense on the field. It's a pretty simple formula, Charles. A field goal, all you need, that wins you the game.
And the most confident guys going out on the field to direct their teams, they probably already talked to their kicker before they went out and let him know.
Big Ben. Rivers throws. Oh, it was almost picked off, but it's incomplete. That would have sealed the game for Pittsburgh if they would have gotten that interception.
Stay away from the kicker.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale.
Rivers, and he's taken down.
He's taken down. What a huge play at this point.
Now the Chargers are going to have to burn one of their timeouts.
Time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop.
Wow, Pittsburgh might survive this one if they could get a stop. If they could get 2 more stops. Because Phillip Rivers and the guys have to go for it if they don't get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll look to throw.
Rivers. He throws downfield. And that one is caught.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a big 32-yard play.
They have got to spike it. They have got to spike it. The Chargers have got to spike this one, and they spike it with 15 seconds.
Back to throw.
Rivers. He throws. And that one is caught. And Allen's still on his feet. And he gets it down to the 3-yard line.
And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play.
Are you kidding me? Is this finna be a miracle? All the Chargers need is a field goal from 20 yards out.
So this game will come down to the right leg of Caleb Sturgis. He did have one blocked earlier.
Sturgis for the win. And it's good.
Is right through.
And the Chargers have taken the lead.
They have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime?
So the Chargers are gonna take this one on the road.
You don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with time a factor here,
the Pittsburgh Steelers might have blown that game.
At the 25.
They might have blown that game. Here is the final play of the game for Big Ben.
One last shot for Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger throws it deep, and it is incomplete, and the Chargers win.
Comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end.
The Chargers have now won 4 straight ball games to get to 6-6 on the season. What a victory!
Even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for our visitors, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire...
Wow. The shockingest moment you could ever see, you could ever witness. The Los Angeles Chargers, who started 2-6, they are now up to a 6-6 record to start the year. They might be the 3rd team ever to ever start with a bad record and go and win it up to a good record. They might do it. They might do it. But guys, if you are ready for the next episode, the Cleveland Browns taking on the Houston Texans, hit that like button, make it splash on that like button.